I've asked him to embrace.
If proof was still needed that Kenyatta and Odinga have definitely buried the hatchet, it came on Saturday. Kenyan President Uhuru Kenyatta endorsed his former rival for the country's top job. "We have chosen Raila Odinga," he told the cheering crowd in Nairobi. The move comes 2 weeks after their parties joined forces ahead of presidential and parliamentary elections in August. Under the banner Azimio la Umoja, meaning Quest for Unity, Mr. Kenyatta's Jubilee Party and Odinga's Orange Democratic Movement united with other political groups. This official endorsement brings together two of Kenya's top political dynasties who've opposed each other at the ballot box on many occasions. Raila Odinga, 77, is a veteran politician. He served as Prime Minister of Kenya between 2008 and 2013. Back in 2018, Kenyatta and Odinga stunned the country when they shook hands and declared a truce after post-election violence in 2017 left dozens of people dead. Odinga's 2022 presidential bid comes after the politician lost 4 shots at the presidency in 1997, 2007, 2013 and 2017. The announcement came after Kenyatta's anointed successor, William Ruto, who also vied for the presidency, was sacked from the ruling party. Ethiopia bid a last farewell to Abune Merkorios, the country's 4th Orthodox Patriarch, on Saturday. The clergyman, who passed away aged 84, was a prominent figure of the country's recent history, despite spending 27 years in exile. Grieving worshippers, church leaders, and Ethiopia's Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed gathered at the Meskel Square in Addis Ababa to pay tribute to the late bishop. Abune Merkorios was elected Patriarch of the Ethiopian Orthodox Tewahedo Church in the late 80s. "I never thought His Holiness Abune Merkorios would come back to his home country and be buried in such dignity. Today I learned that God can turn things around. This is truly a miracle." Forced to exile in the 1990s, Abune Merkorios created another branch of the Ethiopian Church in the US. He eventually returned in 2018 to Ethiopia after mediation led by PM Abiy enabled the reunification of the sister churches. The funeral of Abune Merkorios will take place on Sunday at Holy Trinity Cathedral. Ethiopia's ruling Prosperity Party opened its first Congress on Friday. Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed attended the ceremony of the party he created in 2019 and which claims over 11 million registered activists. In addition to party leaders and other members, representatives of Uganda's National Resistance Movement and South Africa's ANC were also in Addis Ababa, according to local news reports. If Abiy's party pledged to deal with corruption and continue to defend Ethiopia's sovereignty, the most urgent challenge was to bring about peace. Peace is more than anything for Ethiopia because we just came out of war. Forces who think they are powerful need to calm down and work towards peace, discussion, rest and development. And all other options are not beneficial for Ethiopia and Ethiopians. I want to encourage all of us to stand for peace and democracy together. The Prosperity Party was established after Prime Minister Abiy initiated a process to replace the Ethiopian People's Revolution Democratic Front, a coalition of 4 major ethnic-based parties and 3 support parties. Some analysts consider the move deepened the crisis between the TPLF and federal authorities and turned into a war. Bissau Guinean Prime Minister Nabiam visited a series of works at the port of Alto de Bandim. On Friday, he was in the western part of the country, where he reflected on his hopes to see his party win the 2023 legislative elections. The expansion of the port aims at improving the country's fish export capacity, a move Nabiam believes will build the government's credibility. The president always says we are the concrete generation. We have to do something in this government so that people can see that we are working. It is only when you leave works that the population gains confidence, and that is why we hope to win the next elections, so that we can continue to build the country, which is fundamental. Therefore, we have guaranteed over 3,500 jobs, and our fish will start being exported by the end of the year. The Chinese-backed Alto de Bandiem fish report expansion is estimated to cost about $24 million and last 2 years. The second phase includes the installation of floating docks and the building of a new breakwater. The sector is vital to Bissau Guineans and provides employment for more than 200,000 people. Here in Douala, schoolgoers have joined the teachers' strike in Cameroon. These pupils are chanting AOTR, an acronym standing for On a trop supporté, meaning we have endured too much. 3 weeks into the strike, the school system is heavily impacted. Working with her friend, Marie-Louise Mbanje is just one of many worried high school seniors. We'll have to sit the high school diploma exam in just a few months, but we don't know how we will do it. Teachers are absent, and during the assess sessions, which started last week, it was very difficult. Substitute teachers supervised the exams because our teachers weren't there. Behind the banner AOTR, teachers who refused to work, citing deteriorating conditions and unpaid salaries. The death of a teacher a few days ago has grieved an entire nation and further convinced teachers like Bonaventure Kungang. Our colleague Amidou passed away after 10 long years of good and faithful service at the Beka High School, yet with no civil servant status. We feel outraged. It hurts. It feels like the Cameroonian state kills its teachers. The AOTS collective now demands 181 billion CFA franc. According to them, the amount is equivalent to the money the state owes teachers. The government proposes to pay in the following month 25 billion CFA francs. The balance, approximately 31 billion 900 million CFA francs, will be paid in 2023. If the move aims at convincing teachers to end the strike, for now, not all strikers are ready to go back to classes. Public school teachers have decided to continue the strike despite the government's promises. The strikers insist that demand should be met rapidly in order to put an end to the ordeal students and parents are experiencing just 3 months before the start of official exams.
Africa News, Douala, Cameroon.